What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Travers Contenders Update. I'm getting more and more excited. Why? Now we're less than 2 weeks away. Jared thought it was this Saturday. It's not. It's next Saturday. If you read the tweet, you know what I'm talking about there. A lot of people like to correct him on that one. It is not this Saturday. It is next Saturday, the 27th, but we are getting very, very close. We're less than 2 weeks away, like I said. It's going to be fun here because now we know the nominations. Nominations came out yesterday for the Travers. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to pull up the nominations on the screen for you here in just a sec. And we're just going to give you an update on the 12 horses that have been nominated to the Travers and tell you what they're doing. So I'll pull it up on the screen now. The nominations for the Travers have come out, like I just said, and we are all very excited for this. This is what we do. This is why we do what we do, I should say, because it's exciting to see these big races. All right, I will go ahead and pull up the list here, and we'll scroll down as we go. So let's talk first about Ain't Life Grand. We're going to go in alphabetical order. That's how they're listed here. Kelly Von Hemel trains, RPM Thoroughbreds. That's Ray and Peggy Shattuck own this horse. The Iowa bred is here. We talked about that last week. He showed up last week, kind of walked around the track. He actually got to take a little spin over the track this weekend in a big way with a workout, a 4-furlong work in 48.23. He was 13 of 88 at the distance that day. So Ain't Life Grand had a work. It was pretty solid from all reports. I think everybody is very, very happy with being here, number one, obviously, and how he's doing. And another really good news for Ain't Life Grand, he has a jockey. That's right. Tyler Gaffleone will ride Ain't Life Grand. And so once again, that's a good sign. He got a decent jockey to ride him, and I think all systems are go. So everybody's happy in the Ain't Life Grand camp. All right, let's move on to the first of three Chad Brown nominees. Artorias, of course, won the Curlin Stakes and did it very nicely on July 29th, the day before the Jim Dandy. He's come back with a solid workout over the track, and he is still pointed towards this race. Nothing really new to report about him as he continues to kind of progress towards the Travers. All right, Charge It. That's next on the list. Todd Pletcher trained horse. He skipped that round of Jim Dandy, Haskell, Curlin. He did not run in it. Of course, the last time we saw him, he was a dominant victor of the Dwyer Stakes, earning a huge Beyer speed figure. He continues to work well here at Saratoga. He's had 3 works over the local track, including last Saturday. He worked 5 furlongs in 1 minute and 1. He was 5 of 27 at the distance there. So Charge It continues to prep and look well for that one. Cyberknife, he is the winner of the Haskell Stakes. Last time we saw him, he looked very good. He beat Taba, and now he is reportedly at least pointing for this race. He's had 2 workouts, and they've been pretty serious, in my opinion, since the Haskell latest one coming last Saturday. He worked 5 furlongs in 1 minute, 1 second, 0.05, 8 of 27 at the distance. So Cyberknife, it was kind of on the fence. Looks like he's going to be coming now. Another one that was on the fence after a uncharacteristically poor effort in the Jim Dandy Stakes. He finished last of the 4 horses that were entered there. He worked out Saturday over the track at Saratoga. Worked 4 furlongs, 49.78, 47 out of 88 at the distance. The main thing is, after the race, Chad Brown said he is very much in consideration now for the Travers after this race. He said, look, he just wasn't himself Jim Dandy Day. So it sounds like, though, we're going to give early voting another shot. As of now, he looks to be pointed towards the Travers. We'll see if he can rebound. Next on the list is the winner of the Jim Dandy and the likely favorite of the Travers Stakes. That's Epicenter. He did not work on Saturday, but he actually worked last Monday, and we will probably see another work from him. Maybe he's worked or right before I did this video, or as I'm talking about the video, actually. I would expect to see a workout from him. Pretty good first work back. I think all systems are go for Epicenter. Kind of keep him in that top form that he's in and hope that's good enough. So that's your favorite. Really nothing new to report this week for Epicenter quite now, but I would expect to see a workout anytime from him, possibly today as I am recording. All right. Ethereal Road has been nominated. We don't know if he will run or not. The last time we saw him, he was on the turf in the Saratoga Derby. He was 9th. He really was not a factor. He was not a factor in the Ohio Derby either. So he's kind of had 2 poor efforts after winning the Sir Barton at Pimlico. Ethereal Road, no workouts, obviously, since that Saratoga Derby, as it was just last Saturday. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I don't know that he's actually going to be in the race, but he might be. So we'll keep him under consideration for now. He has been nominated, and we'll see if he actually enters. So next on the list is Gilded Age. This is one we hadn't talked about yet. Bill Mott throws this horse into the ring right now. He was second in the Curlin Stakes last time out. He kind of chased Artorias home, but he finished up pretty well, and it was kind of an encouraging sign. He worked last Friday over the Saratoga dirt course. It was his first work back since that second-place effort in the Curlin. 4 furlongs, 48.33, 7 out of 70 at the distance. That's a pretty fast work for a horse that doesn't have a lot of early speed, I thought. So I'm not a workout guy at all, but I would look at that and say, well, that can't be a bad sign. So Gilded Age has been nominated and is under consideration. Nest, unfortunately, she was nominated, but I don't think she's coming here. All reports sounds like she will run in the Alabama this Saturday for Nest and will probably be a huge, huge favorite in there. If she can repeat her effort in the Coaching Club American Oaks, it'll probably be a pretty easy win for Nest coming up this Saturday. She's had a couple of works back, and we'll see if she does indeed run in the Alabama. If she does not, she would obviously make a big splash if her name was thrown into the hat of the Travers. All right, let's move on to the final 3 nominations. Rich Strike, and oddly enough, Rich Strike and Ain't Life Grand will be stabled right next to each other. If you haven't seen it yet on Twitter, there's a picture of Ain't Life Grand and Rich Strike kind of checking each other out. And I say stable right next to each other. I'm not saying the barn next to each other. I'm saying they are right next to each other. Rich Strike arrived this weekend. I'm sure he'll get a spin over the track here. Probably, already has taken a couple of jogs over it. I'd say he'll probably get his final work coming up later this week, maybe Saturday. We'll kind of see how that goes there. He's been working out well at Churchill Downs, reportedly. His final work came on 8:10. He went 5 furlongs and 49.4. That was second out of 15 horses that breezed at the distance that day. So he's here. He's ready. He's reportedly working well. We'll see if he can kind of rebound from what was a pretty poor effort in the Belmont Stakes. Of course, two back, he was the Kentucky Derby winner. I don't think I needed to really say that. I think everybody knows that. Next up on the list, I was surprised by this nomination. We the People haven't had any reports saying this horse is coming as of yet. We'll see if that comes up this weekend this week, I should say, now that the nominations are out. But We the People last out second in the West Virginia Derby. It was a pretty good effort. Him and Skippy Longstocking really kind of went toe-to-toe the whole way. They were well clear of everybody else. We the People lost the battle, though, as Skippy Longstocking was able to get the job done. Obviously, no works since the West Virginia Derby, since that was just on August 6th. So, you're not going to have a work back just yet. We'll kind of keep an eye on this one. I'm not sure if he's showing up or not. We'll report back next week when we know more on him. And finally, Zandon, the third Chad Brown entry, possible entry, I should say at this point, into the race. He had his first work back since finishing second in the Jim Dandy. Thought he ran well in that race. Worked back 4 furlongs and 49.77, 44 out of 88 at the distance. It's a horse that doesn't do a lot of early running, so that's not surprising. A little bit on the slow side of the work. It was reportedly exactly what they wanted, though. So I think all systems kind of go for Zandon at this point. It's just can he get up there and actually beat Epicenter? He's had an Epicenter problem in a lot of his races. So we'll see if he can kind of turn the tables on him in the Travers. So as we look, I'll go through this again, and I'll kind of tell you, Ain't Life Grand, I'll say definite as long as, there's no kind of setback with any of these horses. Ain't Life Grand is definite. That's 1. Artorias is 2. Charge It is 3. Cyber Knife 4. Early voting seems that way. There's 5. Epicenter would be 6. I don't think Ethereal Road will enter, so I'll skip him. Gilded Age is 7. Nest, I do not believe will enter. Rich Strike, 8. I don't know about We the People. I'm surprised by this nomination. I'll say 8.5. I'm not sure there. And Zandon, obviously 9 there. So I'm expecting 9. We could get up to 10. Ethereal Road could surprise us and get to 11. So I would say anywhere afield from 9 to 11 is what you expect in the Travers. That's really good news. Saratoga, this meet has been a little funky about getting entries. Their stakes races have been incredibly short. Let's hope we get that 9 to 11 range. 12 nominated. I don't think all will go. Like I said, we'll get around to that 9, 10, 11 range. So, all right, guys, thank you, everybody, for watching this video. That's the update on the Travers. You can tell my voice gets a little more excited each week. It's going to be a great race. It's been a great meetup here at Saratoga, and it will continue for the Travers. Can't wait to get there. Can't wait to see these horses run. So thanks, everybody, for watching. I'll be back next week, I guess, with one more. Well, actually, you know what? I'll be back next week with a full preview of the Travers. That's right. We'll have the card out next week. So make sure to check that out. Thank you, everybody who's watched the Travers Contenders videos throughout the weeks here leading up to the race. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. So thanks, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you next week for the Travers preview.